Hello and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. Now today I'm going to be doing a little update about the baits we used at the FLW and the techniques we used and sort of the situations that I was in on when I was using our baits and what we caught. Okay, originally went up there and last year I did really good weightless on a stick bait style bait, so I was really happy to go in with our new prototype Gotch stick 5 1/4 inch, and I was going to fish it Texas rig weightless, and I was really excited about drop shotting behind a lot of these pros and using a lot of our new drop and stick and other baits. Well, I get there, first day a storm moves in, 25-mile-an-hour winds. Okay, pretty much weightless and light line drop shotting was out the window. Luckily, the first day pro said he's on this spinnerbait bite. I'm all, cool. We have a bunch of spinnerbaits we're offering, plus we have some prototype double blade 3/8 ounce. Sounds good. You know, I think I have some, plus we have our jitter jig. So we get there and he's basically working about a 2-mile stretch of a levee. He starts throwing the spinnerbait. I start throwing some of our spinnerbaits. I switch it between that and our jitter jig. Going along like an hour in, he finally gets a hit. And he said he's been getting 20, 23 pound limits this way. He gets his first hit, the fish ends up coming off the side of the boat, about a 3.5 pounder. Working along again for another like almost hour or so. He's getting nothing. I'm still just trying, you know, the spinnerbaits and our jitter jigs behind him. Also, I'm like, you know what? I know it's really windy. I'm gonna go to one of our gotcha sticks, the new 5 1/4. I'm going to put on a heavy 3/16 ounce flicking head. This is one we're going to be offering too, is our terminal tackle. It's got a little mustad on it, a number 1. I'm like, you know, that's enough weight, even with this wind. I can feel it, I can work it. Right away on this, the green pumpkin red, I catch a fish. All of a sudden, I get another hit, and I get another hit. I mean, I've gone like 2 hours and throwing the spinnerbaits and the jitter jigs and all this stuff without a hit. And he's only had one. He's like, all right, we're gonna loop back around and we're gonna go through this again. I'm figuring, cool. I have something I think they're gonna hit. He's probably gonna go through and stick with this spinnerbait deal he has going. But I switched to the moneymaker, which is it's sort of green and brown with this blue iridescence to it. And I'm like, cool. I'll have it to myself. He's gonna be trying to throw spinnerbait. This is what I should have done in the beginning. We get up there, pick up my pole, look. Suddenly he's throwing a wacky weightless sinker. So now we're both fishing sort of the same deal. I'm like, no big deal. I'm flicking it, has a weight, different look. I know our little gotcha stick will stand up to the weightless Senko or whatever. Well, it ended up working. I got 4 fish. He caught 2. I had 6 pounds, he had 3. All right, so we go to the second day. Different pro, don't know what you're going to be doing. But I have an idea. I mean, I know this works. I mean, it caught me 4 fish. It got me a lot of hits. I'm going to start out flicking this thing. Sure enough, my second day pro goes, well, we're going to go right here to Jack's Track, which is right outside the launch. Most pros go there. There's a lot of fish. That's where they release tons of fish from the tournaments. He thought, we'll go in there and we'll pick up a quick limit, and then we're going to hit some other spots, and then we're going on some long trips. We pull in there. There's 5 other boats on each side of us. I throw on the gotcha stick, flicking it with the 3/16 ounce, catch two something pounders like right away. He didn't get a hit. None of the boats around us got a hit. He's like, all right, we're out of here. Trust me, that felt really good. To have all those other boats watch me catch 2 fish and nobody's catching anything. Well, anyway, we go to the next spot. He's in close. He's flipping. Not much room to throw the flicking gotcha stick. So I pick up a little punch daddy creature and I have it on one of our, also we're going to be offering this little bobblehead, kind of the biffle idea with the big EUG on it. Get a hit, miss it. Flip around some more, nothing. He's like, all right, we're going to hit up another spot because I want to flip it. I stick with this. He sticks with, I think he had like a 7-inch Senko Texas rig that he was flipping. I start flipping this behind him. I catch 2 more. The little one was barely a squeaker. The other one was about 1.5 pounds. Suddenly I have 4 fish in the boat. He's like, all right, time for our tour. So he takes me up to a couple other spots, and then we hit this one spot. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to flip my way in here, and then we get back in here. It's all weedy, and I want to throw a frog. So he's still flipping the Senko. I go behind him with this. I'm just looking for, there's typical Delta weeds, and there's some openings, and I'm just like throwing it in the openings, not really flipping it into the reeds like he is. I catch my 5th fish. It's like, all right, we get to this one cove, all of a sudden he picks up the frog. While he's throwing the frog around, I'm like waiting to see if he gets any action, and I keep, flipping this all around any dark spots I see. And all of a sudden he catches a 5 on the frog. I'm like, all right. So I picked up our killer buzz in this color, green pumpkin June bug with the little chartreuse trailer. And there's this one spot that he misses. It was like a barge that they turned into a dock, and there's this overhang. I mean, it's like floating here, and then there's overhang, and there's like a wall here. And it's just great. I flip it back in there, 2 reels in, boom, good 2.5. I get that one in, get rid of my 12. Then he goes, all right, now my big water, the tide started moving. It's boat slips. He's throwing an Alabama rig. He goes in there. I start throwing the crank around. I'm like, a crank against Alabama rig, I don't think it's work. So I go back to flicking the moneymaker, just throwing in the boat slips, letting it sink as much as I could, working it, as he's kind of working fast. We get to the end. There's an uncovered boat slip, but it has weeds in it. So he doesn't throw the Alabama rig in there. I threw in there, flicking the gotcha stick, boom, a good 3.25. Right after that, he catches a 6 on the Alabama rig. I was like, wow. I've never really fished one of those things, but in the right situation, they work. So anyway, we head around to another boat slip. Time's kind of running out. There's a spot, there's a dock, but on the other side of it, there's a sort of this wash that runs in. I throw this thing, the gotcha stick, the moneymaker, right in there. Second it sinks, boom, good hit. Set the hook, a good 3.5. So I call again. And we go to a spot further up because he knows a bedfish and he works that for a while, but that pretty much runs us out of time, and we head in. But it felt good. I went up there thinking, you know what, I can do this. I can fish behind a pro. I fish all our own baits and do good. First day, I outfished my pro. I caught 4, he only caught 2. The second day, I didn't outfish him because he had a 5 and a 6. He had 16 pounds, but I still came in with 11.5. I mean, pretty good. If I could have got a couple more 3-pounders, I could have got up to him. But it felt really good. And so those are the baits we use, and those are the techniques. Like I said, the 5.25 inch, there's been some snags with working with it and some of the colors and stuff, but hopefully within a month or so, we'll have these up. Next bait for sure, because I've finally got a chance to flip it and it's working, will be the Punch Daddy Creature. Killer Buzz is already up, it's for offer, and I'm going to be uploading another fishing show at Pinot, and I'm caught a good one on this. So yeah, CC Baits, we're doing good. If we can fish behind pros, and Jason especially, and if you saw it in the video how he was amazed that I actually caught a limit behind him. They're working. And we're going to keep working at it, and we're going to keep producing better and better product. So there you go. Just an update of baits we used and colors and techniques. And I hope this helped. Until next time. What bait were you using?
The chatterbait.
What's that jitter jig?
Jitter jig. The green pumpkin. Bug.
And what trailer were you trying first?
I was throwing different stuff on there, and then I finally went back to your grub.
I told him first that it'll work good with that little bit of chartreuse on it.
Yep.
He fishes it.